Hi there, this is BU 506 Signature Assignment on Sports Sync Insights by Tyler Schindel. So first off, let's take a look at the product. So what it is a wearable performance tracking device. So we have four different product options. We have a bracelet, a ring, a necklace, and an anklet. And essentially, what this product does is it tracks your heart rate, performance, sleep tracking, jump height, distance travel, and speed. So it's tailored more towards the athlete rather than the regular person just wearing maybe an Apple Watch or a Fitbit tracking their general analytics throughout the day, but this is much more focused on the supreme athlete where they're tracking their performance and using the analytics to consistently improve on what they're doing. So it's a basis behind the product. And we run this on a tiered membership. So obviously there's a flat rate behind the wearable product, but then the tiered membership is on the membership side. So the basic just gives you access to the app and the analytics on the application. Advanced, and I'll get into these more, but advanced is a little bit more per month, and this gets you on to a program where you can have a meal plan tied to your subscription. So you're getting constant meal plans working towards your ideal body type and fitness level. And then lastly, premium will be a meal plan with a one-on-one consultation with the nutrition, and as well as the delivery or the groceries can be delivered right to your establishment. So price discrimination, we're going to be working at perfect price discrimination to ensure that the max price for each unit is established. And because we have a variety of product and tiered memberships, we wanted to make sure that this was accessible to different types of people depending on their range of income. So we have the ability to appeal to the high income client. Let's say they wanted to get the $250 necklace or the $200 bracelet, but we also have options through the $100 ring or the $100 anklet that someone that was more price sensitive could find themselves purchasing and using on a daily basis, as well as through the membership side and the premium membership. Their option for meal service from 5, 10, 15 to 20 meals per week, as well as like having them delivered or the recipe provided. So there are many different options for price, and we wanted to make that as flexible as possible to appeal to as many consumers as we could. The EOQ. So looking at the EOQ, we wanted to focus on premium members with a meal plan of 5 meals per week, and these would be delivered. So punching into the equation, we have 1,000 members at $7 average cost per plate, and I cover the research in the paper of how we got to that average cost per plate, as well as $20 delivery cost to the company per order. So as we are hiring delivery drivers to bring these deliveries from the grocery store to the customer, there is a $20 cost on our side to fund this operation. But our EOQ will be 59.16, and this results in orders per week to ensure the optimal order size to minimize costs to the business. So by punching these numbers into the equation, 59.16, and that is how we can ensure the optimal order size to minimize these costs to the business. When looking at the joint venture situation, we would definitely be concerned about the bribery to government officials from the foreign company. If we were able to purchase this company, I believe it was after 3 years of working with them through joint venture, and we understood that they were bribing government officials in their personal company, this would be a very high cause of concern for us at SportsSync Insight, as we could risk the penalties associated with this business. And I just plugged a quote in here, but penalties for violations of the FCPA includes purposes of up to $2 million for US-based companies, officers, directors, employees, stockholders, or agents of these companies can face fines up to $100,000 and imprisonment up to 5 years. So obviously, if we're working with this company, we want to be very sure how they're operating their business, and if they are dealing with some sketchy stuff on their side, we would probably stay away from purchasing that um, joint venture in the future. And then also, working as a US company, there are certain laws that we have to abide by, but also can use in our benefit. So there's the laws, or the right for free speech, right for free association, regulation of Congress, and rights to corporations. Um, yeah. And then antitrust laws. When I was looking into this, it was a group of laws that focuses on avoiding monopolies and cartels. So if we are dealing with that um, foreign company, we need to ensure, as when we're partnering with them, it wouldn't be in violation of forming a monopoly or a cartel, to make sure that we could avoid those antitrust laws. And then through the regulation, just up here at the US law, the regulation of Congress, they have guidelines overseeing trade, state to state, as well as international trade. So working with the foreign company, if there were trades going on back and forth, we would need to make sure that we were regulating or following the regulations of Congress. False advertising, if we were to participate in false advertising, obviously that would be very detrimental to the brand, especially working as a technology-based company. Are very proud to push that our technology is capturing analytics on a daily basis of how these athletes are trying to prepare and better themselves. So if we were falsely advertising the data that we could collect, or it wasn't as accurate as we were proposing, could totally tarnish the brand and be very detrimental. We would lose our customer loyalty, and it would be very difficult to try and obtain that loyalty back from a brand that was obviously very openly falsely advertising their product. The Federal Trade Commission can collect civil penalties up to $40,000, but some states let customers collect statutory penalties, and that's also just a quote that I took from the Gibbs Law Group. But just understanding that if we were to falsely advertise, not only would we be putting our brand in jeopardy, but also could face civil and monetary penalty. So to avoid that, we would do expert testing, hire people that could track our analytics and ensure that what we are marketing out to the public was actually confirmed, and as well as working with athlete endorsement. So if we can provide them with the product, they're able to test that out through the expert testing and be able to confirm and obviously endorse our product, knowing that it works for them. And if they are some of the best athletes in the world and that product works for themselves, it will be very beneficial for the general athletes in the day-to-day basis. And the economic impact on our company through false advertising would obviously be detrimental, as we would lose sales. A lot of our marketing budget would be out the window, as we spent a lot of that money on the false advertising. So we want to avoid that at all costs. When we're looking at patenting our product, through researching, like, we're working in a market where it is a little bit crowded, especially with Apple Watches that do a similar thing to what we're doing, not to the specific niche, kind of more to the general public, but it would be difficult to patent the entire product. So our idea was to focus on unique features such as branding. If we were to create a recognizable brand through partnering with athletes or other popular people in the fitness industry, that could kind of get our brand decent recognition, where if we could patent that, obviously that would give us a leg up on the competition. But also little features such as cloud sharing. So the idea to have our information shared straight to some of the trainers or nutritionists that these athletes work with, so they can give real-time feedback to the different clients and say, hey, I can tell you're not sleeping enough. I can tell you're not eating the right amount of food that can fuel your body the way so you can have that peak performance. So if there was a way that we could patent the cloud sharing aspect of how we are operating our business, would be very beneficial. as well as little things like hydration level, same thing with the cloud sharing, but also um, patenting the hydration reminder, say, hey, we know that you need to drink this amount of much of water to power your body on how we want you to operate. So there's little key features like that that we could patent in our service. So here are some references from the paper as well as the research. And that is the end of the presentation. Thank you very much. Yeah, it was really cool learning about this product and researching it. Obviously, this is interest to me, so I hope you enjoyed. Thanks. Have a good day.